What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and it's extraordinarily rare when you see someone in Hollywood kind of come out and break the narrative, so to speak, and the price for that is quite high, actually. Excommunication in most parts, or in most cases. We've seen Evangeline Lilly basically getting pushed out, as I would be very surprised to see her in another Marvel movie. We saw what they did to Gina Carano. There is a set kind of, or also the actress from Black Panther. What I can't think of her name right now. Letitia Wright, I think her name is. These people dared to question the narrative, not their employers, not the movies that they're in, but just having independent thought has been frowned upon so strongly that it costs you your job. Now, I will admit, I'm no fan of the Sherlock series, apparently. Although I don't know if it's... Oh, it's the Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock Holmes, okay? But I did like the first movie, I think, with Robert Downey Jr. That was pretty fun. If you're hearing the dog's collar, it's Bring Your Puppy to Work Day today. And Huck's down here because, well... You know, I'm a big old softie. But Sherlock actress Amanda Abington says celebrities should be quiet and shut the F up when it comes to moral grandstanding regarding Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Sherlock actress Amanda Abington, who plays Mary Watson alongside Benedict Cumberbatch's Sherlock Holmes, had a message for her fellow celebrities posting to social media about Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Now, I don't know if she happens to be... Ukrainian or whatever, but just, you know, I think that what it started with was this woman. By the way, this video got 30 million views. 30 million views. An actress from like a CW show, I think, from like a bazillion years ago. Dave Portnoy follows her because he follows all good-looking women. I can't imagine he would hang around somebody this stupid. But, you know, just a sample of what she had to say.
Dear President Vladimir Putin, I'm so sorry that I was not your mother. If I was your mother, you would have been so loved, held in the arms of joyous light. Never would the stories plight the world unfurled before our eyes, a pure demise of nations sitting peaceful under a night sky. If
It goes on like that for 2 minutes and 20 seconds. This is somebody who probably called her hairstylist over, who called her makeup artist over, made them both wear masks while they doted on her to get her perfectly camera ready. By the way, also, for whatever reason, terrible audio quality for a Hollywood actress. But she goes on for over 2 minutes, and the backlash was so intense, so hilarious. It almost immediately restored my faith in humanity for a short while. You see Elijah Schaefer coming here with 17,000 likes. You're the first female comic that's actually made me laugh. Bridget Petsy saying, sad day for me too. I will never make anything this funny. Jesse Kelly, NPC quotes. Oh my God, she did one about, oh, Derek as well. Oh my God, she did way back from May 30th. I don't, you know, like everybody in here, finally pure cringe. There isn't like a single post here supporting it. Not one. In fact, there's really just mostly people memeing on her. So, and we all remember, obviously, the Imagine piece. So we all remember the Imagine disaster. So it's rare when you actually see somebody in Hollywood speak out like, I don't know how much she's risking. Like, you know, it's like, it's not like Tom Cruise coming out and saying this, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't totally respect the fact that she's towing the line a little bit. Abington began, I'm sorry, Abigail took to Twitter where she appeared to specifically call out Annalyn McCord and her Dear Mr. President poem. McCord shared a poem to Twitter. Abington began, celebrities from around the world, if you're thinking about posting any kind of poetry, sonnet, Shakespeare, text, or Wind Beneath My Wings in a different key and mashed together in some hideous montage, In order to help people of Ukraine, please don't. She added further, it doesn't serve anyone and it makes you look like a jerk. Edmonton then offers, and this is exactly what she says in her video, and we'll look at the replies too. Edmonton then offers her advice to what celebrities should do. What you could do is one of two things. Shut the F up and don't do anything, or you could donate some money to the Ukraine people and make sure they're getting enough supplies and food and being looked after. They are the two things you should do. The poetry, sonnets, and Shakespeare is something you should steer very clear of, she asserted. Edmonton concluded, so to recap, no poetry, no sonnets, no singing, no ridiculous songs, just be quiet and shut the F up. Thank you. Edmonton would respond to a Twitter user whose account no longer exists. The user wrote, according to this person, if you are an artist, poet, musician, painter, etc., you are useless. Artists have never done any good in the world and should be quiet. Of course, that is a hilarious way to look at it. The Sherlock actress responded, nope, not saying that at all. I'm an actress, and I have been for over 30 years. I'm merely saying that sanctimonious posts sometimes miss the mark, always miss the mark, and are counterproductive, she said. And my post was also incredibly tongue-in-cheek. How you got that from my post is baffling. Well, it's not baffling for me because these lunatics are always saying that. Like, the idea that people are like, oh my God, she's saying don't write poetry. That's not helping anything. And there's lots of people in here that are like deliberately misunderstanding that post. Like, if poetry helps people deal with this, let them post it. Why not? She's not talking about people posting poetry to help. She's talking about Hollywood elites posting immensely out of touch sonnets on Twitter or their Instagrams and looking ridiculous. This on top of last night, where they had the SAG Award, the Screen Actors Guild Awards. Nobody watches any award shows anymore. I imagine the ratings are hilarious. And they got dragged on Twitter too. Lady Gaga defended the tone-deaf Screen Actors Guild Awards as the ceremony received backlash for taking place amid everything going on with Ukraine. The House of Gucci actor shared a post online which stated that she hoped the award show made the public smile. It didn't. And she appeared to respond to criticism from viewers who insisted it should have been canceled. The star-studded bash went ahead at the Santa Monica Baker Hangar in Los Angeles on Sunday evening. Not a mask was spotted except for on the staff. That's my own anecdote, but I'm sure that's what it was. Many suggested that the money should have been used to help victims in Ukraine instead. I agree. During the evening, stars including Gaga, Michael Douglas, and Gene Smart, don't care about any of these people. Lady Gaga, who's nominated for a role in House of Gucci, took to Instagram following the ceremony to defend the event, defend their award ceremony. She said she hoped that this ceremony brought people escapism. Yeah, putting Ukraine-colored pocket swatch in your pocket really is helping people. The money that guy spent on that suit probably would go a long way. Now, maybe it's a fairly priced suit, and that's not my point, but it could also be a custom-made Italian suit that the guy paid $10,000 for. He probably could have sent that to humanitarian aid. It's not just the people in Ukraine, too. It's the surrounding countries that are taking in hundreds of thousands of refugees, tens of thousands at minimum, and most of them. She wrote, my true wish is tonight that for 2 hours to myself and fellow actors would have made the public smile alongside her red carpet look. Gaga continued, I'm honored to have been there. It's a privilege to be an entertainer. There's so many reasons the world gives us to not to smile. I'm praying tonight for Ukraine. No, you're not. I've seen you do like weird devil worship stuff. I doubt you're praying for anybody. And I'm sending smiles to all your hearts I pray will be whole soon. Some argued that the ceremony was in bad taste and that the money could have served better purpose sending aid to people trapped in Ukraine. It could have. I also had people sending me information saying that there's a numerous amount of pets that have been left behind in Ukraine as well. People didn't have time to flee, so there's tons of strays now. Instead of flaunting yourselves at the award show should be canceled to show solidarity and show support. We've got the SAG Awards tonight with war capitalized. Ukraine has a war. I'm feeling pretty ashamed. So with everything going on in Ukraine, Yemen, and Canada, the SAG Awards made sure to address the pressing issue of single-use plastics on sets. Can't make this up. I feel guilty watching the SAG Awards with what's going on in Ukraine. Then don't watch it. Like, the rest of the world is tuning out of this insanity, and it's time everyone else does too. We've given celebrity way, way, way too much power. Way too much power. These people are not intellectuals, the vast majority of them. The vast majority of them are not deep thinkers. The vast majority of them should be ignored on face value. If you like the way they act, that's one thing. But it's completely another to think their opinion matters in any possible way in terms of global politics. If you think my opinion's a big deal in global politics, don't listen to me either. I'm not an expert. I'm doing the best I can. I think I'm a little better off than what maybe Lady Gaga might post, but probably not a ton. While Hollywood celebrities meet at the SAG Awards, I hope they use the opportunity to stand in solidarity with actors with Ukraine, actors in Ukraine, and those in Russia who are fighting this war. Cinema is political, so are award shows. Well, now they just sat up all night and, you know, they wore their pocket swatches and they self-congratulated and they talked about global warming while they all took private jets there. You know what it is. You know what these lunatics do. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.